About adding titles. Titles are text that you can add to your video. They could be, the title of your video, captions, someone's name, rolling credits, etc., etc. And now the titles act very similar to transitions. They're located down here in the content library titles. And if you're ever not seeing this pane, it could be because it's hidden. There's a little icon here, show and hides all the libraries. So you just click on the titles and it brings up the titles pane. There are 48 types of titles and they cover a wide range of uses. And just with transitions, you can skim your mouse over to see a preview of what these titles look like. All right. So if you want to use any one of these titles, you can just click and drag it to the left or right of a clip to have it on its own sort of screen, or over a clip to be located over a clip that you're using. And you can change its length, longer or shorter. If you double click on it, you'll get editing privileges, and you can go in and you can change the font and the size. And I'm going to make it my video and by Miss G, and you can either reset or click this little button here to apply your title adjustments. There are some sort of videos titles that you can't edit the text, and by text I mean like the font and the size. But so if I'm adding a title in between, so I want one in the beginning of my video right here, you'll notice by default it has a black background. And if I do want to add a background, I could always add an image, or right here we have maps and backgrounds, and these are some cool things to look at if you're doing a project that involves, world maps or anything like that. Add any of these backgrounds, all you need to do is just drag it onto your timeline, and you can just add your title over that. And these are useful if you want to have sort of not a black background to your title. Again, if you want to edit it, you just double click, and here you can go in and edit it, and I can say my video. Notice you can change the font, so I can go in and I can change the font. And these are all sort of the fonts that they have, and you can also go to show fonts and use any of the fonts that are installed on your computer. Remember though, there's some fonts that don't actually work in iMovie, so you should actually go in and check and make sure that works. So that is adding titles, and remember you can go in and you can change the length of a title that's running over a clip. If you have a title that's on its own, you can change the length of that as well just by going in and dragging it. So that is using titles in iMovie.